Hello friends, today I am present before you with very important grammatical topic, and that is parts of speech. Whatever we listen, whatever we read, whatever we speak, it is made up of these parts of speech. So we must have information about these parts of speech. Don't consider that it is the basic topic of English grammar. It is as important to the beginners as well as to those who are preparing for some kind of competitive examinations, because many questions they are based, those questions that they face, they are based upon these particular part of speech. So we should be highly alert about these things. Unless we have information, minute information about these topics, so certainly it will be very difficult to crack that particular examination. What these parts of speech are, we shall discuss about these, and then I'll tell you little bit information in detail. Parts of speech, basically these are 8 in numbers. Some in some modern grammar books it is considered that these are not 8, these are 9. One particular or one extra part it is included these days, but you should check yourself, it should not be 9, it should be only 8. Okay, so we'll start these parts of speech quickly. So before I tell you one by one these, let me tell you what these are. Basically, part of speech, all parts of speech, these are those categories which actually make the function of English grammar. Means these are functional words, these are functional categories on the basis of which the whole grammar it is dependent. Okay, so one by one we shall start. So we shall start with noun. Without telling the definition of this noun, I want to tell you only one thing, and it will tell you everything. The word noun, you should not go with the definition only. Anything which you are surrounded with, that is noun. It may be this marker, it may be the pen that you are having, it may be the food that you are taking, anything, anything around you is noun. There are 5 types of noun. There are 5 types of noun. First, it is proper noun. Then we have common noun. After that, abstract noun. Then we have material noun. And after that, collective. Proper noun, it denotes some name. Common noun, it gives you the image of that particular thing which is known by a particular name. Like boys and girls. These are common noun. When they are named, they become proper. Abstract noun, feelings, happiness, bravery, honesty. These are abstract noun. Material, the things which are used to make something. Okay, it may be in the form of liquid, it may be in the form of solid also. Okay, oil, wax, gold, water, all these. Collective noun, one word that denotes a particular group: army, class, team. Okay, then we have a noun. The word that replaces noun. Very simple word. the word that replaces noun, that is pronoun. Listen, Mohan is my friend. Here the word Mohan, noun. Listen to the next sentence. He is a student of 10th class. So now we have replaced Mohan with he. So he, here it is pronoun. So there are many types of pronoun. We'll discuss those things in detail. Next is verb. Verb, it is the heart of any language. Unless you are aware about the proper use of verb, you will not be able to frame any type of language. Verb, it denotes some kind of action. It denotes some kind of situation, position, state. Listen, he laughs. So here the word laughs, it is verb. She is happy. So the word is, it is helping verb, it's a part of verb, it's a type of verb, but here with this word is, we get the state of being her in happiness. Okay? There are many types of verbs also. Basically there are two types. We'll do those two types in detail, like transitive, intransitive. But there are many. Okay? So we'll discuss those things in detail, but let's focus on these part of speech. Next one is adjective. Adjective is that word that describes noun, pronoun, adverb, verb, many. It qualifies noun and pronoun basically. It qualifies other part of speech also, but basically it qualifies noun and pronoun. Okay? It is some kind of additional thing that is said about all those parts of speech. See, she is a good girl. Girl here, it is noun. But we are saying some additional thing also about that girl. It is good. So the word good here, it is adjective. Clear? Next is adverb. Anything addition to the adjective. So feel it like it does, like adjective, it qualifies other part of speech. So adverb has the quality to qualify even adjective also. Basically adverb, it is used to qualify verb only, but it has its additional quality to qualify other part of speech also. Listen, she works fast. So here the word fast, it is qualifying this particular verb. Okay, so that is why here the word fast, it is adverb. Okay, so we'll do this topic in detail later. Next is preposition. Now preposition is also very important parts of speech. It's very, like, unless you are, I told earlier, like if verb is the heart of language, so certainly you should feel that preposition is the flesh of that language. If you are not able to use prepositions rightly, correctly, so certainly you are spoiling the language. Because prepositions, these are those words which tell you how one particular word in that sentence is related to, in which direction is means the sentence is leading to. Okay, the direction of the sentence, the aim of the sentence, the interconnectivity of the sentence, it is told by these particular words which are represented with the tag, the title preposition. Okay, some basic prepositions: in, at, on. Okay, these are there. There are many. Next is conjunction. Conjunction also plays a vital role when we learn how to use language in our own way. Conjunction, the basic aim of conjunction is to join, to combine words, sentences, phrases. Okay, because when we add those sentences, those particular words, certainly a different meaning it comes in the sentence. So we should be aware about the proper use of these conjunctions. The most prominent, there are many, but the most prominent conjunction, it is and, but, many. We, every part of speech that we are doing here, it has its different detail. Okay, so I'll tell you each topic in detail one by one. So this topic I have taken like it's a kind of introductory part for all these part of speech, and it will be soon given you will be soon given in the form of detail. Okay, next is, it is interjection. Interjection also, it plays a vital role when we learn this language. Interjection, it is quite different than these part of speech. These are sudden feelings. These are sudden feelings that we utter somehow according to the occasion. Whether the situation may be of anger, it may be of fun, it may be of happiness. So we have particular gestures, particular situation, particular signs, particular words. So when we use those words, it's a sudden articulation that we utter. So these are those words that we use, and these words are known as interjection. Like alas, this word denotes sadness. Hurrah, this word denotes happiness. Oh, this word denotes surprise, and there are many words. So when we come to know all these expressions, and when we use these expressions in the right way, so certainly you will be able to use this interjection correctly, and you will use your language according to situation. See, one very important I want to tell you, language when you speak, so it's not important what kind of words you are using, but its effect should be there on your face. If you are happy, it should be there on your face. If you are sad, it should be there. So your face should speak everything, but that will come only when you feel the depth of those words. Okay, so soon you will be told the detail of these topics. So I hope you have understood the topic of today, that is part of speech. I will soon come to you with the details of these topics next time. Thank you.